Hi guys, welcome back. Okay, so today I'm going to do a refresh of my bi-weekly makeup basket. These are the items I've been focusing on for the last 2 weeks. So I'm just real quick gonna take you through each item and tell you how many times that I used it. Oops. Okay, so this is my Beekman primer. This stuff I still hate. I used it a total of 5 times this last 2 weeks, and I think I only used it twice in the 2 weeks before that. So I've used this less than 10 times in total since I've gotten it, and it's just not my favorite thing, so I do have an idea of how to repurpose that one. Our Soft Matte Complete Foundation, I used that a total of 6 times, and actually I really have gotten this to work for me. I was thinking about decluttering this up until this last couple of weeks because it always looks kind of cakey on my skin, but I really did find some good ways to make this work for me, and I enjoyed it. So I'm really glad I had it in this last rotation. I'm definitely going to keep that. And then my MAC Prep and Prime Brightening Concealer in Bright Forecast. I use that a total of 8 times. This is a staple. I always have this in my collection and I do love it. So I was just happy to be able to reach for it consistently. Okay, so then for my blushes, this is my Clinique Cheek Pop blush in the color Ginger Pop. This I used 4 times. This is one of my favorites in my collection, so I knew I wouldn't have trouble reaching for that. The next blush was this one in, I think, Dim Light. No, Mood Exposure. Hourglass blush. I used this a total of 5 times. I even mixed it with the Clinique blush here and there, and I really did like that. And then for my Milani Brown eyeliner, I use this every time I did my makeup this last 2 weeks, so I use this a total of 8 times, and I'm actually getting much better with the applicator on this. So I'm really glad that I put this in there and just kind of got more familiar with the applicator itself. I was pulling in a separate brush up until the last couple of weeks. Okay, so moving on, this is my Nabla Vicious Mascara. I used this every time I did my makeup as well, so a total of 8 times, and I really do like this a lot even though it's not waterproof. So I really enjoyed reaching for that, and I'll definitely be reaching for it more often now that I've gotten so familiar with it. My ColourPop Brow Boss color gel. This I used a total of 8 times, and like I've said before, I did have to remove the stopper, so I'm just really focusing on this and trying to move it out of my collection so I can move on to a different brow gel. And same thing here is the NYX Soft Spoken Lip Liner. This is my Perfect Nude. I do have a fresh one in backup, and this has gotten so small it kind of gets lost in the little cup that I keep my liners in. So I've been focusing on this pretty hard. I did use this 8 times as well, and as always, I really enjoyed it. Alright, so my last 2 items. This is my Lisa Eldridge Velvet Myth lipstick. I used this a total of 10 times, and I knew I really liked this. It is quite a bold color, so I don't use it too regularly, so I was really glad to be able to get some good use out of it. There's the color there. It's really beautiful, and to go with that, I used my Maybelline liquid lipstick, and this I actually mixed with the Lisa Eldridge one a couple of times, and I really like the way that looked, but in total I did use this 5 times. So all in all, it was pretty successful as far as lips go. I usually bounce around every day between my different lip colors, so it was kind of nice focusing on 2 items. So I'm gonna go ahead and put all this stuff away, and then we will pick out this next couple weeks worth of makeup to focus on. Okay, so for my 2-week makeup basket, I think I'm gonna go ahead and start down here with my kind of base like products. And let's see, I think I want to pull in a primer this time. I haven't been getting very much use out of my Stila One Step Correct because I just kind of bounce around between different hydrating and mattifying primers. This one kind of gets forgotten about sometimes, even though it's actually my favorite primer that I've ever used. It's kind of a good all-around primer. So I'm going to go ahead and put that up here. And then let's see, I don't think I want to focus on any palettes. Let's move on to blush. I'm going to go ahead and put in this MAC So Natural Glow Play Blush. It's a cream product. I haven't had it too long, but creams do go off considerably quicker than powders, and I actually like this not only as its own blush, but kind of as a layering item, something to kind of help my powder blushes stick. So I think this will actually get a lot of good use if I put it up here where I see it all the time. That's the only blush that I'm going to pick out this time around. And I'm going to go ahead and come up here to my lip products, and I've been missing this one, so I'm going to go ahead and pull it out. This is just a NYX lipstick in the shade Cali, and it's one of my favorite nudes, so I want to make sure I'm getting good use out of that, you know, while it's still relatively fresh in my collection. Okay, so this time I'm going to go ahead and pull in this black matte liquid liner from Milani. I did the brown one for the last couple of weeks, really loved it. So now I'm going to go ahead and put the black one in since I am getting so good at using the applicator on that. I want to go ahead and keep that momentum going. Okay, so for concealer, I want to go ahead and pull in my NYX Born to Glow concealer. I really like this, and this is a nice shade for me right now in the summer, so I want to get more good use out of that. So that'll go here, and I think that's all for concealer. I don't usually pick an eyeshadow to focus on. Sometimes I do, but it's rare. I do think I'm going to go ahead and pull in this Huda Beauty double-ended liquid shadow situation I've got going here. It's the Matte and Metal, and I've got mine in the shade Cashmere Robe. I really love these. They wear super bulletproof on me, so I want to make sure that I'm getting good use out of that also while it is still somewhat fresh. Okay, so the last item I'm going to pull in for this makeup basket is going to be my lip liner from Flower Beauty in the shade Toffee. This is a really beautiful kind of orangey nude, and I definitely want to get more use out of that. I've actually had this in the past, finished it, forgot I ever owned it, repurchased it because the color looked so good. So it is one that I really love, even though I had forgotten that I owned it before. So I'll put that in there, and I kind of want to pull one more thing. I'll have to think about it. Okay, so I'm going to do one more lipstick. I'm going to do this Dose of Colors liquid lip in the shade Brick. It's kind of a nice muted red on me, so I really like that, and I think it'll pair really well with the lip liner also. So, okay, that's going to be everything for this 2-week makeup basket. Thanks so much for joining me, and I will see you later in a Get Ready With Me, kind of showcasing these products and seeing how they all fit together. Thanks for watching.